I want to go through the meat that happened yesterday. For one, bench press. Okay, people may notice that I had my hands looped around the bar, well, like that, just to give you a little image. Um, I've had 3 bench-related accidents. One where a buddy of mine busted his head open, bar landed on his forehead, another one landed on his throat, and my girlfriend, after her accident, I had it, and basically, unless you asked me to completely step away like Derek, Madison, and myself asked our spotters to do, I basically spotted you real close. So if you wanted the support, or the extra safe spotting, you got it. If you didn't get it. Basically, I call it groove support. I keep it in your groove. Everybody's groove is different, where you get the most leverage possible, and without actually helping you lift the weight, you're able to lift the weight because you're, like I said, get the most leverage possible, and so that's what I did, and it works for a lot of people, because as time goes on, it gets to the point where eventually they don't even need that groove support anymore, and they're getting, they're breaking personal records left and right. Joel benched 265, and people were doubting, not that long ago, whether or not he'd ever bench 200. So, that's not a bad gain. If you watch Anna's, you can tell, one of my fingers is completely uncurled because she's trying to press it back to the upright, so I was pressing it forward over her chest to help her lift it. Like I said, completely uncurled, so it's not like I was lifting up at all, but I was pushing out to keep it over her body, and she lifted it on her own, and that's my testimonial to as far as, the assisted bench presses, or whatever the fuck it is, goes. To my friend RC Triple Fresh 5, a wide grip and a big arch isn't going to put 45 pounds on your bench press, really. It took me, I was able to bench 320 with a flat back in my, an average width grip over a year ago, and here I am today, my best is 375, and I gained weight to do so, and that was with the arch and with the wide grip. So, it's not the miracle a lot of people make it out to be. It takes practice. I mean, to get a good arch, you have to have lots of sex. You got to get massages, stretching, all that bullshit, and it'll work with your flexibility. And as far as the grip thing goes, you just make sure you have strong shoulders, strong triceps, and that's about all I can say for you there. But anyways, the bench presses were good. As most of you could see, most of the lifters yesterday got it so easily. They could have done it with or without the support, I think. But, once again, not going to risk any more accidents on the squats. Nice looking power racks, 275, well, $275, but it's like an ice cooler. For when Anna sits down on this box, we put a cushion on it yesterday to make it parallel on the dot, for her, so she knew when depth was. That was all the squats yesterday were 2 depth, aside from my own at 330. My 275 opener was great. It was actually, I think, according to Anna, 3 inches beneath parallel, which you couldn't see from the video angle, which is why we switched it up for my second attempt. Actually, it was my 3rd attempt. I dumped my 2nd attempt at 330. Well, no, I didn't dump it. I got it, but it was off by a lot. So everybody's squats were parallel and 2 depth aside from my own. So, I understand there's some criticism there. If you guys want to know, I mean, you guys can see from right there, how deep that is. That's parallel for, my girlfriend, for Liam, and for Joel. But, if you guys want to know how deep my other friends went, you can go onto my videos and view something called 225 parallel squat example, and that is how deep I made everybody go yesterday. And like I said, aside from myself, everybody hit it. Good lifts there, no complaints. You know what, before I forget, by the way, as far as Anna goes, she has a cyst in her uterus, she has the vertebrae in her back are open, and she had a cold yesterday, so squatting 275 was one hell of, lifting at all was one hell of a feat. But back to the bench press. RC Triple Fresh 5, correct me if your nickname is wrong, or your username is wrong. I'd like to know your real name and time. I'll say again, to bench press, 315. You got to be able to do, with a flat back and good form, you'd need to be able to do 275 for 4 or 5 reps, regardless of the form. So, be looking at that. You got to tack on an extra 5 pounds to your current max and be able to rep it, and, whatever. Anyways, good luck with your 1100 total at 165. That'd be crazy strong. Good luck. Deadlifts. Everybody yesterday needs help with deadlifts. I don't know. We're just, don't really think about it too much. I don't practice deadlifts, but, once or twice every 2 to 3 months. So I don't really get a lot of practice out of those. We had some pretty heavy weights yesterday, but, I'm lucky. My friend Jesse's lucky he didn't, throw a disc out. And, we're all lucky. So, once again, everybody hit good PRs. If you want to see exactly how the spotting for bench went, go look at Anna's 150 bench. It's the beginning of her first meet video, and that's simply, like I said, I push the bar over your chest so you get the most leverage as you can physically get without me actually helping you lift the weight. The squats, they were all parallel aside from mine. I've always had problems hitting depth. And then deadlifts, yeah, mine was hitched. They needed work, but, obviously no assistance whatsoever. If you guys have any more questions about, how I spot, the safety spotting without actually helping, please post a comment and ask me or send me a personal message, and I'll be sure to reply to you as soon as possible, and that's about all I can do for you. But as for right now, this should pretty much answer everything. Once again, for squat depth, if you want to know how deep everybody got aside from myself, again, parallel squat example with 225. It's on my videos. Be polite to my lifters, and we'll be polite to you. Powerlifting's a small sport. We all need to support each other because we sure as hell don't get support from the general public. So, we're all here for each other. If you have any, if you want any tips as far as my training style goes, because, just send me a PM, or I can direct you to somebody who may know better. Good luck, everybody, with your training. Take it easy.